Hello.
Hello. We are back.
Kill daddy, kill daddy,
I
kill
mean, that's
daddy,
not
kill
really
daddy.
what's gonna happen, but sure.
Put daddy back into the grave.
Yes, I suppose. Yes.
I mean, that is how Okabe is viewing it.
Hmm.
He's viewing it as killing her father. Essentially.
Hmm.
Because, well, sure, you're just reversing things back to how they were, but... Well, not directly killing him, you're at least saying that he has to do the thing that gets him killed.
Hmm.
Essentially. Oh. Yeah, so we did the Ferris ending.
Yep, we did. We decided to not send the D-mail and therefore send another D-mail that sent us into a world line that physically would probably be as far away from where we were as possible. According to what we know. Everything was different.
And what did we learn from last time?
I don't know. What did we learn?
If it's gonna be a shorter stream, it's just gonna be a shorter stream instead of a 6 to 7 hour fucking stream.
Again! Don't worry, it won't happen this time because we will not make it that far into the chapter either way for that to be a problem.
No, but still.
Yeah, I'm sorry, okay? I'm trying my best to gauge.
I think she's just all over the place. I don't think she was necessarily hurting herself.
No, I know. I was trying to squish her, but she moved. But it won't be that won't be a problem this time. We'll stop whenever. I promise.
I don't feel like I could trust you anymore. Does this work now? It does.
Oh my god! Let there be light! Right?
Total darkness.
Total darkness.
Gosh.
Anyways, let's go back and send that D-mail for realsies this time.
So...
Maiden Complex. That one, yes.
Yeah. It has already chosen that one, yes.
Yeah, because it's the last one you saved. So now you shift over to send. And yeah, you can just skip through it all. That's not how you do that.
That was the wrong button.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, the chapter that you accidentally skipped past is called Fractal Androgynous.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, you did.
We just, go in here, load, take it again.
You accidentally skipped non-raid as well for some reason. It's really, yeah, as you can see, it's really the only thing that's there, though.
Oh, okay, well.
It's called Fractal Androgynous. So you can kind of guess what's coming up now from that chapter alone.
We had a good run. We're done.
I give up here.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
It is literally the one that, as far as we can tell as players, was the one that caused us to no longer have the IBN 5100 in our possession. And it is the one D-mail that I don't want to undo.
Yeah. I'm gonna be interested to see how you feel if you don't undo it. The ending, Lukako's ending.
Yeah.
How you gonna feel about that one? It's not bad. It's just...
As long as I get to romance Lukako, I'm happy.
Oh, you do.
Nice.
Oh, you do.
Thank you. That's all I want.
You get to do that and more. I don't want to spoil it any more than that. You're gonna have to look forward to it.
Now I'm scared.
Don't be scared. It's a happy ending for those two. Except for one thing, but that's kind of a given. Mayuri ain't surviving. That's kind of a given if you don't send that email.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's a happy ending for those two, surprisingly.
Yeah, at least in Faris' ending, we were able to save Mayuri.
Yeah, somewhat.
Though sacrificing, our friendship with all of these people.
Yeah. We the ending, Omega, which is, on the opposite side from Alpha, is narratively also just he gained, supposedly, the IB win 5100, which is the only thing he was missing.
Mm.
But by doing so, he sacrificed everything else he had. He lost everything else that he had in doing so.
Also,
it's such a complete opposite, basically, of the Alpha.
I think the funny thing is that, while we didn't see him get or have the IBN
we
5100,
assume that he did in fact get it.
Didn't need it.
No, he didn't need it either.
Because they never made a time machine of that in that. World line.
CERN maybe not, but the fact that divergence meter is there.
No, I mean.
Yeah, the divergence meter was still there in the Omega world line.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is the future gadget laboratory never existed, and therefore they didn't make the phone wave.
Yeah.
Sure,
there's some kind of time travel still happening.
Some kind of time travel is happening.
Presumably involving Daru and apparently also Okabe, because Okabe is the one who made the thing, and Daru is the one who made the time machine. But
I don't
somehow
really
they're still gonna find each other, supposedly.
I assume we're gonna get some answer to that at some point.
Nope.
No?
The Omega world line exists only in that ending, in the main games.
Do I have to play 0 for that?
No.
Okay.
That's still main game. Still considered main game.
I would just like to know why it's still there, because the fact that
I feel like it's more like a just you get this ominous feeling that sure he obtained, he changed everything, he saved us too, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the future is saved.
No.
That's I think that's the feeling it's supposed to evoke.
Yeah, but that's not.
But no, you won't get answers as to why it's there. I don't even think you will do that in the pure dating sim version of this game.
I'm sorry, what? Do you mean an eroga?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just the story and seriousness of the story takes a huge backseat for romance for every character instead. In another game.
Actually, when we're done with this game, I just want to do a bonus stream where we take a look at the 8-bit version.
Sure.
Because I have no idea what that one entails.
Nope, me neither.
And I just wanna see what it is.
That's fair.
If it's actually the game, or if it's a small game thingy. Yeah. Oh, it was just more because
there's a reason why it's very discussed.
What?
There's a reason why it's very discussed. That particular ending, because
of
the Omega world line, that leads a lot of questions to be answered when people start theorizing about it.
Yeah, because it's mostly just the thing that, well, the meter is still there. Which means that Okabe in the future will have to make that meter.
Yeah.
Because nobody else is going to make that meter. And if it's here in the present, that means that someone has traveled back in time, and because it's in the house where
Suzuha still lived in that world line, yes.
I was getting to that point.
Yes,
okay.
I was just finishing it.
Where Mr. Brown is currently living
Mm.
with his daughter, that we can only assume he is living there because Suzuha gave him that house.
Yes. Especially because the divergence meter is there.
Yeah. Exactly.
We kind of have to assume that it's someone from the future. The only one we know.
We can only
Suzuha.
assume it's Suzuha who's done it, because Suzuha would be the one to bring the divergence meter, and Suzuha would be the one to get a friendship with Mr. Brown and give him the house.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody else would do that.
Yeah.
Sure, we didn't see the bike, but
no, we didn't. That wasn't really necessary.
No.
There's a lot of things that's like. So Suzuha still traveled back. Was it
but then again,
good
the bike
was it
might
for
also
bad things?
just. I don't know where. Did she? Do we know if she brings the bike from the future, or if the bike is from the present?
I think the bike's from the present. I don't think they have bikes in the future, honestly.
Okay.
That's what it seemed like.
If it's from the present, then she might not have gone to the present, and therefore, and then afterwards back to
and
whatever
therefore
time.
that might not be a bike at all.
Yeah, the bike might not be there at all.
No. It's hard to know, but there's definitely a lot of theorizing about what this Omega world entails, and it's not something you're gonna get answers to because it only exists in this ending, and for at least a moment in the dating game, because I've seen another divergence in it when I looked up the Omega attractor field. I don't know how long that exists. So.
My head spins. I feel faint.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Reading Steiner is telling me that
She wants past. Like the little shit that she is.
you can walk over.
You
my
can walk
arm.
over the arm. No.
Reading Steiner is telling me that the world line has changed. Additionally, the injuries the viral attackers inflicted on my body have vanished.
You were like, injure what?
I was like, yeah, trying to remember everything.
Yeah, the viral attackers still beat both of them to a pulp, or at least him to a pulp.
Only
the
him.
father
only him.
and the bottom with the mad car skills came to save them.
I wouldn't say skills. It was more like reckless driving.
Yeah, but he hit every single obstacle on purpose, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
That's why I called it mad skills in the chapter.
Sure. So has the pain.
Oh, sorry, I'm holding it. I would assume.
I think we saw him with. Actually, I'm not sure. We saw him from the back, so I don't know. Just a moment.
Well, he was holding her phone when he pressed send in the other world line, so I'd assume he's still holding her phone here.
Oh yeah. I was just. I was unsure if we saw him with the phone.
We saw him
here.
with a phone.
Yeah, but we saw him from the back, so I'm not 100% sure if we actually saw it in his hands.
We saw a phone in his hands. That's for sure.
Just a moment ago, Faris was fighting to hold back her tears, but that Faris is no more. In her place is the usual cute, cheerful Faris with an impish smile on her face. Fake. I look at the phone in my hand.
It's
That's
not my
hers.
phone.
It's quite thin. Actually. But that also makes sense. 2010, honestly.
Yeah, it's 2010 and it's flip phone. They can be quite thin back then.
Yeah.
Nothing there.
Even flip phones of today are quite thin. Thin. Some of them are.
Yeah.
They're trying to make them thinner and thinner.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff. Because when you have the phone folded, you don't want it to be too bulky.
Yeah. Why you have that, yeah?
この中のあれを見たのかにゃ。
Barry snatches the phone out of my hand.
Fair enough, honestly.
もしも見たのなら忘れてほしいにゃ。あれはこの中に封じ込めておかないとダメなのにゃ。でないと奴らが目覚めてしまうのにゃ。
Or they will awaken, yeah. Oh no! He's not really in the mood for that right now, I'm sorry.
今日な、今のはツッコミどころだにゃ。あれってなんだよっていつもの京馬なら顔を真っ赤にして反応してくるはずにゃ。
Well, at least Mo is back in Akihabara, huh?
Well, we can only really assume because she's
I mean,
wearing
she's
the
wearing the
makeup.
uniform, so...
Yeah, but didn't we agree that maybe she had already made the uniform back then, even if the cafe didn't
Yes,
exist?
but then she probably wouldn't be wearing it out in the open like this.
Probably not. No, I suppose. Before we sent the email, Faris said she didn't want to forget. And I lied that she would surely remember. Well, you can always, try to help her remember. But that's up to you. Okabe. Are you actually gonna help her, or are you just gonna be like, nah, fuck this? I need to save Mayuri.
I mean, Mayuri's life is on
京馬
a
はやっぱり変や。
timer.
いつもなら遠慮なんかせず
So,
に
you
偉
know.
そうなことばっかり言ってる。
すまない。
Yeah!
Bad touch. Faris remembers nothing.
Ah!
Nothing about our escape from the rival attackers. Nothing about her father riding up in his limousine to save her.
You could just go over the arm and hand, you know.
I'm not 100% sure what she wants.
I don't think she knows.
Hmm.
Either.
Nothing about how we talked alone in her bedroom. Everything that happened on that world line was undone. Coming undone.
Coming undone.
Coming undone. But one thing is clear. I can never return to that world line again.
Nope. 'Cause if you do that, Mayuri will die.
Well, yes. It is definitely more of a I shouldn't return to that world line ever again. Not that you can't, you clearly can.
Yeah, but he's saying he cannot in a way that's... He is dead set on saving Mayuri. And if he ever goes back to that, he's just gonna fuck up getting the IBN 5100 even more.
Faris can never see her father again. I has a bit of flour
Oh
on
no!
my finger.
On your finger!
It's always a bit hard to get off
Yeah.
because it's been mixed with the egg. That's why.
大胆なのにゃ。
As I keep saying, doesn't matter what word line we're on. She likes him.
Yeah.
すまない。
What do you mean she's in the next room? This is a one-roomed place.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. It kind of feels like that they're supposed to be, in the in the entrance hallway.
Yeah, but that's still opened. There's no door.
No, but they're still separated from them.
I don't know. That didn't seem to be the case when he came in. He was standing in the middle of the room.
He was standing in the middle of the room. She was coming from behind. She went up to him, and they're standing in the middle of the room.
I think she's just saying it because she's teasing him, maybe.
Yeah. All I could do was embrace her. On this world line, Mayuri invited Ferris to come hang out at the lab.
Because that was the only way to make things make sense, because Okabe had her phone.
Yeah. Apparently she came to see a costume Mayuri had made. Ferris has work after this, so she soon leaves the lab. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
After seeing Ferris off, I head towards Yanabayashi Shrine.
Where are you, IBN 5100? Oh no, Mayuri. They had a fight. Kaede-chan had a fight with a boyfriend. How do I get them to make up? My sis never had a fight with anyone, so I think it's mysterious. I couldn't fight with the person I like. You can answer with the person I like is the topic. Oh well. I don't have time for this, Mayuri. Fuck off.
Oh.
That's the wrong button.
Yes. I can't press the B button yet.
No, you have to go through the thing.
On the way, I survey the area around the station. Well, it's not so much...
No! They did not revive Okabe. That's what he said. It has revived. I'm like, no.
It's the Walking Dead!
Yeah.
They're zombies!
They were always there in this world line. They're not... I know he's saying it as like, from his point of view, but god fucking damn it, that's not how it works. Oh my goodness.
I actually don't know exactly what his thought process is behind going to Yanabayashi Shrine. If it's...
It's to make sure whether the IBN 5100 is still there or not. And if it was even delivered there. I'm done.
Okay, thank you. Because I was gonna continue.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. You were taking a break, so I thought you were asking me directly.
No. Because either it could be to, you know, go get Lukako, or it could be to check on the IBN 5100. But there would be no real reason to check on the IBN 5100, because if you get back to the time where you had the IBN 5100, it would be in the lab.
But I think it's also to check whether it was actually donated to the shrine this time. It should, so it's to confirm what you know should have happened.
Yeah.
Has actually still happened, because if it hasn't, then he needs to fix that first.
It's just, in this world line that they're in right now, he has already gone to the shrine to ask them where it is, and if they still had it, and they were like, wait, it's gone. It's just gone.
I mean,
that's how it is in this world line. It just disappears from the shrine.
But he doesn't necessarily know that he's in the same world line, the exact same divergence.
No.
We're the only ones as players who knows that right now.
I can certainly imagine that. Well, obviously we have had some endings that he hasn't gone through here. But there's certainly a lot of things to keep track of, and he probably isn't keeping track of that specific thing.
I really think it's only to confirm his theories that he's doing this. Also to confirm that he's on the right track. Still.
The Moe stores exist again. Oh no!
Hello, Yamanote Line.
But the return of this familiar scenery brings no relief to my heart.
No. That's not the point.
There is only pain. For everything I see confirms that Faris has lost her father.
True. Okay, Apollo.
But I can't stop here.
Bum, 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 bum.
I pass beneath the archway and enter the silent courtyard. I walk up to the main building and chat the intercom.
Hello, Lukako. Apollo? Apollo? Hey, hey, hey. I know you're happy, but you don't have to be that noisy about it. You just need it. He's sitting with you. Yeah. God damn it.
Yeah.
What's up?
Not much. I was just waiting.
Okay.
Either Okabe has said something. Well.
There's a camera
Here.
on the intercom.
Okay, so there's a camera. Okay.
In Japan, yeah. They're usually cameras.
Go.
No! No, just skip it! We don't talk about this. God fucking damn it.
ルカ子、お前の父上に聞いてくれ。IBN5100 という古いパソコンがここに奉納されているはずなんだ。
え、あ、古いパソコン？お父さん呼んできます。
They always speak so slowly.
Hey, Lukako? Yeah.
Hmm.
Because they're so, like, unsure of themselves.
Insecure.
Yeah.
It looks like she knows something.
これは法王院君。いつも娘がお世話になっております。
この神社に10年ほど前に古いパソコンが奉納されたはずなんですが、ご存知ですか？
古いパソコン？確かにそんな記憶がありますね。
本当ですか？
Yes. Finally, I've returned to the World Line with the IBN 5100. No.
No. We'll get there. We'll get there.
見せてもらいたいのですが。
いいですよ。ちょっと待っていてください。
Awkward.
俺が怖いか、ルカ子。
Oh no.
Yeah, remember what happened last time?
It's just more the music is going goofy. I have a bad feeling about this.
何しろ俺はお前の
I'm a horrible human being. That's it.
大事なところを
You. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, that is how you would translate it, but in Japanese he said, "Your important place."
He didn't have to say that. All he had to do
was just say he's sorry for what he did and then move
Just
on.
say,
God damn it.
I'm sorry for doing something bad to you. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Or, well, not say let's move on, but I'm sorry I did something bad to you.
Yeah.
Crap. I must have made things more awkward.
You think? At least he realizes it. That's character development. Prior to all this, he would just be like, "What did I do?" And just said the truth. That's what he would have said.
Yeah, but here he was clearly, not confident about saying it.
But still,
Because he was.
it's still character development for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the very least, thank God. We both got one, so I assume it's a stream post. Yeah.
I didn't have to say it like that. No.
But you did.
怖いだなんてそんなことないです。
I don't think she's afraid of you. I think I think Lukako is embarrassed. What I should say.
Maybe even disappointed.
At least some parts of that conversation, yes, disappointed. But at the same time, it's also very clear that Lukako likes Okabe.
恥ずかしかったですけど
So.
悪かった。
Cameraman? Cameraman, back up!
ところで、お前も IBN5100 のことは知っているのか？
What?
知らない
I've never heard of such a computer before in my life!
I swear!
I swear! I do solemnly swear!
知っているような素振りを見せなかったか？
Mm-hmm.
そんなことは
Are you crying, Lukako?
Maybe I'm pushing her too hard. Should I back off? I did a terrible thing to this girl. So, it might be best if I stop treating her as my disciple. I need to treat her like a lady from now on. I don't think that really matters.
Oh, because what he's been doing as a disciple has only been helping Lukako in the end, even if it's a bit weird. Giving Lukako more courage and
Confidence.
more confidence, yeah.
Eh? はい
恥ずかしいから。
はい
Why is this girl so lacking in confidence? I guess she can't help it if it's in her nature.
おかしいな。
That's strange. I thought I had it right here. And Lukako's like, I don't know, Dad. I don't know where it went at all. No. Mm-mm.
That's strange. No, it's Ho and Kyoma. I'm not Doctor Strange.
They already made a similar joke in Doctor Strange.
Oh,
Mr.
yes.
Doctor. It's strange.
Yes,
Don't fucking
it
say
sure
it.
is.
It sure is.
Yes, with oh, I forget his name now.
It's Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen. Yes. Yes, that was good. Is that the? How many Doctor Strange movies are there?
2.
2. There's only 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't the first one then.
Mm.
Okay. Huh.
見つかりましたか？
Clearly not Okabe, but
What
sure.
was his first name? Do you remember?
Steven.
Steven, right?
Mm.
Yeah, Steven Strange.
You know, the double-lettered words.
Stiste.
Just like Peter Parker and so on. So
Yeah.
it's very common for superhero names to be like that.
Yes. Bruce Banner.
Mm.
So then we have Tony Stark.
Yeah, but that's because it's based on something else.
Yeah. And then there's Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
But Bucky Barnes.
It's... Well, I'm not sure Bucky was his actual name, but, you know.
It was something. It was still something with B.
Yeah.
I forget exactly what it was.
それが
yeah.
見つからないんですよ。
Hello, Val.
Oh, hello, Val!
Hello.
It come near.
Yeah.
Is it a capybara?
It looked like a capybara.
I hope it's a capybara. I like capybaras. We need to go back to the zoo to look at the capybaras.
I was hoping that the weather would have been nice this weekend so we could have gone to the zoo.
Wait, maybe we can go when my mom comes, since we can just take her with us.
True. Yeah, it's free.
Yeah.
For all of us.
Yep.
見つからないとは
確かに古いパソコンを受け取った記憶はあるのですが、倉庫のどこにもないのです。
The IBM 5100 isn't there.
Again?
The wall line is still twisted.
Who's standing we killing? We already killed him. Sorry, you were too late.
Oh, yeah, it is Fares or Rumiho.
Ferris' dad.
Yeah.
He has to die 10 years prior to the present in order for us to obtain the IBM 5100. We started the stream with that. He's already dead, sorry.
Yeah. He did.
Now we're trying to get it from the shrine again, but it's not there.
Mm.
So we're like, fuck. God damn it. Luckily, Lukaku's dad doesn't have to die.
なぜそれを？もしかして知り合いですか？
ええ、友達です。
ルミホちゃんはとても立派な女性になられましたな。彼女がまだ小学生の時でしたよ。
Why the mysterious music? Or serious? Is it
Because
serious or mysterious?
I think it's just more supposed to be there when you like expect like now they're actually elaborating on how it went from her dad's possession to the shrine. Like they're explaining why it was given to the shrine. And why what you did with Ferris before you canceled the D-mail led to it not. It's kind of like retroactively explaining a lot of things. So it's more like things starting to make sense.
Yeah.
しかしパソコンはなぜ消えたのでしょう。誰かに盗まれたかと思いましたが、他のものは手つかずでしたし、宝物殿の鍵は壊されてもいなかったですし。
I wonder what happened to that computer.
Lukako.
Lukako?
What did you do?
God damn it! Is this why we have to erase your wish? Over this? God damn it.
This contradicts Lukako's statement. Well, first we got an ending with Lukako.
Yeah, but we still have to discuss it.
Yeah. Lukako said she didn't know anything about an old PC called the IBM 5100.
ルカは何か知らないかな。確かここ最近は毎年年末の大掃除の日に宝物殿の掃除をしているだろう。
Ellipsis.
ルカコ、どうなの？
I don't say anything to that. That could implicate me, Dad.
何も知りません。
Lukako is lying.
I mean, yeah, just look at that face.
You're lying, Morgan.
Sus,
Sus,
yeah. Lukaku is being very sus right now.
Thinking of the nail file. Thank you.
Got him.
Remember, she shouldn't even know about the IBM 5100.
The fact that she recognized the name is a problem.
Why does she know? Because the well line changed. There's no other answer. Her D-mail must be the cause.
It's a fair assumption.
Somehow.
Yeah, fair assumption though. No, we don't want to look at that picture, please.
Come on. Thank you. It somehow changed the location of the IBM 5100. Actually, hang on. Yeah,
Yeah, D-mail must have had
What's the
influence
difference?
beyond Lukaku's sex. The butterfly effect. That's what it said on that picture. What are you smiling at?
As when somebody is like, you know, being interviewed about people are asking them about or essential information or whatever, and they come to the question of like sex, and the person's like,
Yes.
yes.
That's not what I
No,
asked.
no. What gender? Both.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't discriminate.
Nope, it sure don't.
He was like that with Suzuha and Falis.
Yep.
I can't help but think that the universe itself is keeping the IBM 5100 away from me.
Probably a fair assumption, considering every time you sent that email to begin with, you came closer to 0.
Yeah. At any rate, when Lukako sent her email, reading Steiner activated, meaning that email changed the world line. Also the fact that
Lukako has a different gender biologically. Might also speak to it, but
was born. I don't know how to. It's a little hard because you can't say like biologically, really.
Genetically, then?
No, the problem with like saying like biologically is that biology isn't really consistent.
No, I know. That's why I changed it to genetically. I know even genetics isn't binary, but it's the closest we've got at the moment.
Lukako was born with the female reproductive organs.
Yes.
In this world line.
Yes. As opposed to the other one.
Yeah. Whether they actually feel like a girl or not, that's completely different.
Mm-mm.
Also, the whole reason why we did this was to make her into an make it so she was born with the female reproductive organs instead of being born with the male.
Because that's what you wanted.
Yeah. Because, you know, she was a girl. And
she identified herself as a girl.
Yeah. And she felt like there was, well, not the only solution, but, you know, my friend here has a way for me to change the past. What if I can change it so I was born as a girl?
Apparently that old wives' tale worked.
Whether that is actually the thing or if something else happens, I don't know. I don't know exactly.
That's the only conclusion we can draw from this, though. Eat vegetables.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's more or less left up to chance, if anything. If the IBM 5100 won't return to me on this world line, then the next step is to cancel Lukako's email. In other words, suddenly I feel dizzy. It's not a heat stroke and it's not reading Steiner.
Yeah.
How am I going to explain this to Lukako herself? Can I get Lukako to go back
to what they were prior to this?
This is going to be tough. Maybe I should consult someone about this. At first, I considered consulting Kurisu, but I don't think I should talk to...
Why not talk to a girl? I don't know.
What?
The only other guy you have within your vicinity is Daru, and I don't think you should talk to him about any of this.
Don't talk to Daru about this, you little shit. What the fuck? That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Let's think a little.
Ah, okay. Well, that is better than what I was expecting. He is a dad, after all.
Yeah.
I love the face. He's just staring into space. What? Are you saying something?
Looks like he's like stone out of his mind.
Yeah.
I visit Tenyuji's house. The divergence meter is here.
As usual.
I need to know what it reads.
45!
4, 5, 6, 9, 14. Nice.
It took me a while to understand, but yeah, 69 is there in it.
In it?
In it.
Canceling Fathers' email appears to have raised the value by about 0.05%.
Yeah.
I don't know why they put the 0 in front. I suppose you have to write it in front for it to be written correctly. For text purposes.
Yeah, for text purposes, yes. You have to write the 0 in front.
Purely for text purposes.
Yes.
Because otherwise it's like, point. And then,
yeah, or not point.
Yeah.
For 0, you also, some people say that.
Little by little, I am approaching the goal of 1% divergence.
Yeah, little by little.
Yes!
Little by little, I guess.
We're getting there.
Almost halfway!
Afterwards, Tenyuji recounts his memories of Hashida Suzu,
Yeah.
just as he did on a previous world line. I stay until he's finished. No, just leave in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Of it and be like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't
got
wanna
what I
hear
came
this
for.
again.
I know the story already, technology. Bye!
Bye!
And Mr. Brown's just like, motherfucker, you stay here and listen.
Just like,
Here I am, putting my heart out to you. You better fucking listen.
This is. I could just imagine like Okabe is like
Carved
starts to
shit.
get up, and Brown just puts a hand on his shoulder and then puts him down again.
Yeah, no, you don't.
You stay.
Yeah. At least Okabe is sensible enough to stay.
So he only went there to look at the meter,
Yeah, okay.
which
Well, he hasn't said that he was going to talk to a guy about it, so let's see what's gonna happen. He was just in doubt whether he should talk to a girl at all about this.
who else is he supposed to talk
I don't
to?
know. Mayuri? I don't fucking know.
最後の「ん」は何の真似だ
I'm sure that's a reference. What did she say? Oh,
Bakarin.
we'll come back at him. Oh, so that's why he says Karin. Yeah, okay. It's clearly from Okarin though, but whatever, Okabe.
おかえりとおかりんって似てるでしょだから
I mean, yeah.
一粒で二度おいしいんだよ
It's doubly delicious. She literally said delicious, by the way, in Japanese.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. Mayuri!
美味しくはないだろう
対おかりん専用挨拶ってことでいいんじゃないかな
ダルは
Fuck.
Yeah, eat it all! Ah!
いいんじゃないかな
Of course, he's a May Queen.
God. Yeah.
Talking
we're-
to Daru is
No.
the worst possible thing you could do. He does not have any sensibility at all for these kinds of issues.
メイクイン
Oh, fuck.
So that's back two.
Of course it is! Fairy said she had work! Whatever.
And she was in the maid uniform.
Yeah. She would only have that kind of work if it was back, because otherwise she'd just, you know, play card games all day.
Yeah.
フェイリスの言っていたバイトってメイクインのことかマユリはマユリもそこでバイトしているよな
He's just very confused. He just wants to make sure that what he thinks is correct is now correct.
Yeah.
To keep track of everything is hard.
もちろんだよどうして今さらそんな
Like, I'm not 100% sure as to how it affects you mentally, the whole reading Steiner. So, I can understand that he's a little, you know,
Yeah.
confused.
Not to mention, he's technically constantly in a fight or flight situation for him.
Yeah.
Alright, call me Master tomorrow. It's true.
The timeline has been corrected, it seems. At least in part.
Me Queen Nyanya.
I should stop by Me Queen when I have time.
You always have time. When would you not have time?
Don't know. Kurisu is reading a Western book.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Japanese, that's for fucking sure. Can you read it?
Has a different equation the gods thought to the light of day to understand the existence of the achievement of the and I assume energy and mass and squared.
She's reading physics.
Do not say you speak from Faraday is being mentioned.
I mean, yeah, Faraday is a physicist.
Yeah. Faraday lights and just kept saying 15 years of the electromagnetic force strength. The figures proved that it's the mathematician James Clerk Maxwell. He has
Maxwell!
alternating electric and magnetic. It appears that it's only at a particular speed. The fuck is speed? This makes no sense.
No, I'm also hearing this. I'm like, this syntax is all over the fucking place. I don't understand what it's saying. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Let's continue. No, we're not gonna understand it. Mel's also like, excuse me? You just have that fucking sound in the background. It's just happening.
Oh, the
like,
modem.
Yeah.
Modem noise.
Like it's loading.
Yeah. Or a computer going like.
Well, it's a Western book, so it's not like okay, but can read it anyways.
Nope, but we can, and it makes no fucking sense.
No, whoever translated this is clearly Japanese.
Yeah. There's like, it's just kind of like Faraday. Lighten just kept saying. It's like, what the fuck are you on about? Lights? What? What lights? And just kept saying 15 years of the electromagnetic force strength.
I don't know, man.
I think force and strength is supposed to be the same thing. Like, I don't think that you don't need the strength on it if you have force.
They are the same thing in physics.
Yeah, exactly.
So what?
And then the figures proved that it's the mathematician James Clerk Maxwell. What figures? Proof that what? It's
Don't worry about it.
in
Let's
what
just continue.
context? What the fuck are you on about?
This clearly wasn't put in here to be read.
No, clearly.
It just had
I
to look
don't-
like a book.
I have no idea what. I would like to know what this book is. What it's from. I would like to see the original.
Continue, you know. No,
Okay.
I didn't mean continue reading it. I mean continue the game.
No, yeah. I know what you mean. I know what. Fuck. What? Have I been bleeding?
I don't know.
It could look like dry blood. I don't know. Oh, might have scratched myself too hard or something. Yeah, maybe. It's the same book as always. It's pretty hefty, so it must take a long time to read. I mean,
It looked like it was pretty hefty, yeah.
considering the text that's in it, I wouldn't understand fuck all. So
No.
yes, of course it's gonna take a while.
The fact that Kurisu understands it, oh, Genius.
It feels like they have taken the Japanese text from this book, whatever it is, and just put it into Google Translate. And being like, that's fine, nobody's gonna read it.
I mean, in the anime, it was fine because you barely saw it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really need to be more work than that. But it's just funny when you can pause it in the game and be like, what did it say?
But
it clearly wasn't meant for it.
It's kind of akin to, what was it? Error. Human is dead.
Error, mismatch. Human is dead.
It's just like, you would never write that in English. It is clearly somebody who wrote something out in Japanese that was like, okay, we have to put this into like into English, so it you know, makes it more believable that it is from CERN.
Yeah, because it has to be, you know, English or French.
Yeah.
When it's CERN we talk about.
And they're assuming that it's just going to be English, even though French people don't speak English.
I mean, they are working together with different like nationalities, so in that sense it would. But most of their text were actually in French.
They were?
Yeah, they ran some of it through a translator.
Okay.
So.
Oh, I thought everything was in English. Oh well. Because it would certainly make sense that it was in French, because the French people would like they would bring in other people that would normally speak English, and then the French people are like, I'm not gonna speak English. What the fuck are you on about? Speak fucking French to me, you fucking dingus.
Yeah, but usually when it comes to researchers, they are actually pretty proficient in English because they have to be.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I walk past her and into the development room. So I guess we might have gotten to know at one point what the book is called.
I know it's a physics book, that's all I can tell you.
Yeah, I can tell. We're talking about force, Faraday, and what was it, James?
Clerk Maxwell.
Maxwell.
He's a mathematician, though.
Yeah, but if you don't, you know, have math, you don't have physics.
No, that's true.
Math is essential.
You can still have physics, like physics laws, but you can't have like models.
No, you can't. You can't do any calculations or anything if you don't have math. It is essential. You can only really be like, well,
this is how it looks like it works.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how it works because I can't test it out with a model.
There sits the time leap machine. Team leap machine. Today is Saturday, the 14th of August. The first time my ID died, it happened on Friday the 13th. Which means we're on...
Today's the day she died in the prior world line we just had.
Yep.
In the evening. We get assaulted. Again.
Almost 24 hours. Almost precisely 24 hours later.
Yeah.
Plus minus some minutes.
Yeah.
Question is if... I mean, we can only really assume that she's still gonna die because we have the time leap machine.
I mean, it's a good assumption, but when? That's the question now.
Yeah. After Suzuha's sacrifice changed the world line, Mayadi died on the 14th instead. Her death was delayed 24 hours exactly.
Yeah, basically.
Plus minus some minutes.
Basically about 24 hours.
If that pattern continues, her death on the world line should occur tomorrow the 15th. What?
I mean, if it's the same logic, then sure.
I suppose. I don't see why that would be the case. There has only been one case here where it is changed to become the day after, like 24 hours later. That you can't make a correlation there. You have 2 points of information. Can't even make a graph out of 2 points.
No. But it's just, you know, by length of logic, maybe she'll die tomorrow. Who knows?
This is a bit of a leap.
Yeah.
In logic, I would say.
But what else does he have?
I don't know. I think he should be expecting her to die today, since she didn't die yesterday. Just to be safe, I should buy a few days. With the time leap machine, I'll need time to solve the Lukako problemo. I should time leap right away. Still, will Mayuri really die on the 15th? It's a very good question. You have no way to prove it other than wait and see. I don't have solid proof, exactly. Maybe there's no pattern, and it's just in my head. Yes. What I want more than anything is for that never to happen. And just imagine that in the ending with Faris, or Ferris, did we know exactly what day it was in the ending with Ferris, where she went karaokeing with Mayuri?
It was the same day as this day.
Saturday?
You don't jump in time when you send emails. It was the 14th.
Okay. Okay, so she didn't die on the 13th, and she didn't die on the 14th. Doesn't mean she wouldn't die later.
Nope. But he was hoping.
Yeah. What happens to Mayuri on this world line? I mustn't let my guard down. Not until the IBN 5100 is back in my possession. No, don't hesitate. Hesitation will could only lead to an irreparable mistake. I mean, it's only happened twice now. Hesitation.
And what happened each of those times?
Irreparable mistakes.
Exactly. So they could lead to irreparable mistakes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There we at least, no, it's still only 2 points, really.
Yes, but it's still 2 points showing exactly the same.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's a highly likely outcome.
I don't want to see Mayuri die again. To see the light fade from her eyes. All I can do is assume the worst. Retrieving the IBN 5100 is the only sure way to prevent her death. I need to time leap now. I can always...
Did you read that sentence correctly? Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I can always time leap later. What?
I need to time leap now.
I can always time leap later.
What? That's an oxymoron.
I don't want to sacrifice anyone else. I know it's pointless, but I wanted to believe. Maybe nothing happens in this world line. A foolish dream, perhaps, but still.
You keep hoping, and it keeps crushing you every time.
Nothing happens on the 14th.
So far, so good.
The problem is tomorrow.
The 15th.
And we're going to take a small break, because I have to go to the toilet.
Oh, you have to poop now!
You did not have to say that out loud, but okay.
What? Poop is a natural occurrence of the body.
Yeah.
Excreting things the body does not need.
Doesn't need to be mentioned.
It shouldn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but you don't need to say anything else than go to the toilet.
But poop would indicate that it could take a while.
It doesn't matter, okay? I need to go, okay?
Then go! You're the one holding yourself up!
No!
Yes!
Anyway, next time, just leave it at toilet. Going to the toilet, that's fine. They don't need to know anymore. No. Anyways, yes. A break for us means a break for you. So get up, stretch. Well, go to the toilet if you need to. Get something to drink. And take your medicine if you haven't. I have already taken mine. So
cool.
I am a role model. Sort of.
Sure you are.
At least, I am someone they can reflect onto. Right? That's how you would say it. Or off of?
Don't look at me. I'm not the one who wants to use that way of saying it.
Well, it's just, I'm someone who.
I understand. Now go to the fucking toilet already. This is not the time.
No. BRB. And we're back. Pearls? No.
She's dead set on my pen right now.
Yeah. Ow, 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 ow. She's inky.
Could imagine. She would be inky. Let us continue.
Yeah. Let's continue.
Are you going to make up your mind? What does thou want?
Well, he clearly decided not to do it.
Yeah, I know. Is it gonna be worth it? Let's see, because it's literally like 10 minutes from now. If it was 24 hours again.
No, he said that she didn't die.
Yeah, but this is the 15th.
Yeah, but...
We're on the evening of the 15th. That's the time that showed up.
Yes, Okay.
That's what
I thought you were talking about... Okay.
No.
The time is 7:30 p.m. Komima started today, so Mayuri's been in Ariake since this morning. I told Daro not to come to the lab today, but to keep an eye on Mayuri instead. So even if
that is the first good thing you've used Daro for.
Yeah. So even if Moika's group shows up here, they have a low chance of killing Mayuri. Though I would argue that doesn't exactly matter.
No.
Because
But he's trying his best, okay?
there are clearly evidence that suggests that they don't have to be the ones to kill her.
Yeah.
She can just die.
Yeah,
of
she literally
heart
just
failure.
falls over from heart arrest. It's so funny.
Will the rounders come to this world line? Is that what you said? Will the round come? Oh, come on this world line. Okay. We'll soon find out.
Don't worry about the time discrepancy there, I think.
What the fuck?
I think it was supposed to say 6:30.
The door isn't kicked open. Instead...
That doesn't bode well.
おいどうした誰
ごめん変なやつらにマユシ連れてかれやつら狙いは僕だったみたいだけど僕逃げてでも代わりにマユシがどうしようおかりん
It's the rounders. They kidnapped her.
We saw this coming a mile away, but here we are. Bells? Hey. Yeah. Oh. Your chair's in the way.
And then they probably killed her. I can't take... Well...
It was a joke. It was a joke, Ramona.
I ground my teeth in frustration. It didn't work. I still haven't averted Mayuri's death. I'm still unable to avert Mayuri's tragic fate.
お前たちにはマユリは殺させない
Well, that's a funny place to pause it. Where the headset hasn't been taken all the way up. And so, once more, I send my memories to the past. To the past, to the past. Everybody else will go to the past.
Woo!
Okay, bros.
She's full of energy.
An unpleasant sound pierces my ears. My vision ripples. My flesh and my soul momentarily feel separate.
I has ascended to godhood!
Now I have my answer. My death is still fixed. Just as in my heart, I knew it would be. The change merely delayed it by another 24 hours. Need to cancel Lukaku's email.
No other way.
Snow all the way.
Snow all the way.
I sit down in a pipe chair and try to come up with a plan. What the fuck is a pipe chair? One of the ones where they've, taken a pipe and bend it into the shape of a chair?
I don't know.
I have to assume.
I don't know.
No.
Never had to think about that.
No. Nothing. I'd run the simulations in my head, but also no avail.
I mean, yeah.
Simulations in your head? Okay, I think you just try to think through it, but
That is his way of thinking through.
I wouldn't call it simulations. No matter how many different scenarios I came up with, telling Lukako the truth had 120 chance of making her burst into tears.
That's pretty sure. Go back to sleep, Al.
Yeah, go sleep. Sleep, sleep. Again, more errors.
Yes.
Damn. The gas. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
It looks like I have no choice but to ask Kurisu. She's a girl, so. Okay.
You should understand how Lukako feels. I don't think that's how that works, but whatever.
No.
We'll see when you wake up again, Val, and you'll be like, what's happening?
And it's like 7 hours later.
Yeah. Again.
Us trying to get through the ending of, or Lukaku's
I
ending.
highly doubt we're gonna make it that far.
This seems. Oh, right, she said that.
Yeah.
実は今難問に直面している。かなりデリケートな問題だ。
It is a delicate situation. I will give you that.
デリケート？およそあんたとは正反対のベクトル上にある言葉だな。
Also true.
というわけで、
Oh, I'm sorry.
助手のことを見込んで相談したい。女子だけに。
Okay. It's not what he said in Japanese, but alright.
I'm hitting some pin feathers.
Yeah, there's so many pin feathers. There's so many pin feathers everywhere. Yeah. I love how she's like, oh, you.
そもそも女子だけにって。
Whenever I get a hold of a pin feather and try to, start pruning it, she starts moving her head. Makes it very hard.
She's enjoying it until it hurts.
I know. I gave her the rundown, including how many times I've time leaped and what happened with Susuha and Fatis. This time she believes me more readily than I expected.
漆原さんが
実は男ねえ、さっぱり想像がつかない。
だが事実だ。事実だった。
I was to say, in this reality, Lukako is a girl. It was the truth, yes.
Oh, sure.
In another world line.
つまりちょっと待って。
ちょっと。
彼女が実は橋田みたいな外見だったとか、そういうこと？
No. She looks no different on the outside except for the reproductive organs.
これはひどい。
They both said that at the same time.
I don't understand. What?
Just like, so he's gonna look like Daru?
Hmm?
And they're like, oh no. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to picture it.
Okay.
絶対ありえない。あんな可愛らしい子が男だったなんて、私は認めない。
It has nothing to do with you admitting it.
俺は一言もルカ子の見た目がいかにも男だったとは言っていない。むしろ見た目はあのままだったのだ。男だった時から中性的というか女性ホルモン分泌型としか思えなかった。
And no testosterone. Because that's literally the big difference.
Yes. I mean, there's a fair likelihood that Lukako to begin with isn't excreting or producing enough testosterone.
Yeah. Exactly.
As a result, I didn't even notice when Lukako became a girl at first and made a fatal mistake.
Very fatal mistake.
見た目はあのままなら許す。
That's apparently good enough.
What?
What?
あんたは彼女に男に戻ってほしいと。
That's it.
Yeah, just step the pearls.
Pearls?
Yeah.
No.
そうでなければ、マユリは助からない。
マユリの命と漆原さんの性別か。
Okay, I'm not allowed.
No.
どっちも突拍子がなさすぎて、さっぱり実感が湧かないけど。あんたの中で解は出てるわけね。
無論だ。ルカ子には男に戻ってもらう。
ある意味で残酷な仕打ちかも。
そこでなるべく傷つけないようにするにはどうしようとこうして相談している。
Would you stop?
自分
That pearls. No.
のこれまでのうかつな行動を呪いたい気分だ。D メールをいろんな人間に使わせるべきではなかった。
Too late for that, my boy.
This is my punishment.
Mm-hmm.
I must carry that boulder up onto the mountain for all of eternity.
Oh, you came up with that. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Pearls. It's
Yeah.
like, why is there a reference here for that?
Ow, 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 ow.
Seeing you now.
I must shoulder the pain of everyone who used the email. Suso, Fares, and now Lukako.
Technically, Susuha didn't use the D-mail. You used the D-mail. But whatever. I'm just saying. Susuha didn't use it. You did!
Would you stop? It should be behind the...
Yeah, but I don't know where any of your shit is right now. Sorry.
I'm saying it's behind the keyboard.
You shit's all over the place.
Sure. Yeah.
これまでのことを悔やんでても何も始まらない。あんたの相談に対する私の回答は一つよ。漆原さんには何も言わない。
どういうことだ。
話を聞く限りだと漆原さんについてはあんたにアドバンテージがある。つまり過去に送った D メールの内容を知っているっていうアドバンテージがね。
Yeah, a wife's tale.
Though I'm not sure we actually know the pager number though.
彼、元彼？
I mean, motokare also means ex-boyfriend. That's why I found this funny.
Ow. I mean, that very much has to do with the fact that you know, they use the word for girl and boy
Yeah.
interchangeably with girlfriend and boyfriend.
So usually it's kareshi and stuff. So it's like it's still your boy. But when it's moto, they just use motokare.
わざわざ漆原さんに事情を告げなくても D メールを取り消すための D メールは用意できる。
ルカコを装って18年前のルカコの母親へとメールを送れということか。
どうせ世界線が変わればその事実は全てなかったことになる。この際倫理とかデリカシーとかは無視しても問題にはならない。
The end justifies the means.
Yeah, that's basically what he says.
だが問題が一つある。俺はルカコの母親のポケベル番号。
Yeah, I knew it! He doesn't know the page number! They have to talk to Lukako.
あんたバカじゃないの？なんでメモっとかないわけ？
He didn't think it would be necessary, okay? He was a dum-dum.
Pearls. Also, write it down on what? Because if he wrote it down, I suppose if he had remembered it after the email had been sent, then writing it down, I guess. But otherwise,
yeah.
If he wrote
There's
it
no guarantee that he wrote it down in any other world line. That's the problem.
その時はこんなことになるとは思わなかったのだ。
お母さんのポケベル番号担当直入に聞き出せば？理由は適当に考えて。
警戒される気がする。
何ビビってんのよ。いつもの無駄に尊大な岡部らしくないな。
Because he's different now.
Yeah. Vain and arrogant? That was uncalled for.
It was indeed.
I don't have time to be hoeing Koma now.
Nope.
そんなの口から出まかせでなんとかするのよ。それにほら、彼女って騙されやすそうな性格だし。
Doesn't make it okay.
No.
言ってて自己嫌悪になりそう。
Hey.
私ってひどい。
You pulled it out! Entire
Poor feather.
だが担当直入にありのままを話すべきなのかもしれん。下手に小細工を浪するより真実を告げる方がまだ誠意があるように見える。
マッドサイエンティストが誠意とか笑っちゃうわね。洗脳してやる、ふわっはっはっはとか言い出した方が似合ってる。
I'm being serious, damn it.
俺はルカ子の痛みも背負う。そうしなければならないのだ。 最終的に D メールを取り消したとき、ルカ子が女だったことが
Pause.
なかったことになる。ゆえに、俺が背負わなければならない。
だったら私に相談する必要なんてない。今すぐ彼女のところに行って私にしたように説明すればいい。
そうだな。
Yep.
That's my only choice.
Sure is.
Choice of Steins Gate.
Yes.
As always, there are only a few worshippers at the shrine. Shrine. I guess that's how it can keep its dignified silence, even though it's less than a 10-minute walk from Akihabara station.
岡部さん。すみません。さみだれは部屋に置きっぱなしで。
いや、そのことはいい。
え、そうですか？
That's weird.
Hmm.
Okabe would never say that.
Well, crap. Now that we're face to face, I can't bring myself to tell her the truth.
どうか
You cannot handle
し
the
ました
truth.
か？
Something wrong?
Something wrong.
Holy shit. We too low?
Where you going, girls?
All over the place.
Hmm.
I recall Lukaku's crying face. She looked very sad when I called her a guy.
I mean, yeah.
If possible, I don't want to make her cry again. Pearls. Okay, that's what's a way to get there.
What did she do?
Oh, she held on with her beak on the end of my short pants.
Yeah. She swung herself down or what?
No, and then she was trying to get her grip with her feet, but she couldn't, and then she just gave up and slid down.
I can't reach. Let's go.
No, why am I acting so weak? I can't stop here. I swore I would do anything to save Mayari. Is that? Oh, for a second there I was like, is that supposed to be Mayari?
No, that's Moika.
That's Moika.
Episode.
For a second there I was reminded of... Is it Light? Light
Yagami?
Yagami. Thank you.
Oh yeah, because he also has the same hair color.
Yeah. Blood.
Yeah.
If I explain everything properly, I doubt she'll refuse to become a guy again.
Lukako yo.
Kiss me! Oh, I'm sorry, Pearls.
You scared her or what?
Yeah. She was like, what?
落ち着いて聞いてくれ。
You're not gonna like what I'm about to tell you.
お前は
But here we
本当
go.
は男だったのだ。
No reaction.
Obviously not. What do you think was gonna happen when you say that?
言うんですか？
聞くんだ。お前が男に戻ってくれなければ、マユリの命がないんだ。
Okay. I was like, you could say more than that, but it seems like he's going to. Okay.
Yeah.
I explain everything. Or at least try to.
Yeah.
About time travel. About the D-mail Lukako sent. about Mayuri's fate. About how to avoid it. I talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Without pausing for breath. Finally, I'm done.
Literally.
冗談ですよね。
No, I'm sorry, Lukako. It's
No.
not.
Yet.
全然信じられないですよ。いつもの京馬さんの設定ですよね。そうなんですよね。
Poor Lukako.
You know, Okabe, you've made it kind of hard for yourself
Yes.
because you have your little persona, your Chunibyo persona, that makes people not believe you because they're like, well, you know, you have this persona where you just spout all kinds of bullshit anyways, so why should I believe you?
ひどい。そんな設定は僕困りますし、まゆりちゃんも悲しむと思いますから。
いきなりこんなこと言われて困惑するのもわかる。だが全て真実だ。俺は何度もあいつの死の場面を見てきた。お前にはこんな勝手なお願いをしてすまないと思っている。だが頼む。マユリを助けるために男に戻ってほしい。
冗談だって言ってくださいよ、岡部さん。男。僕が男の子だなんて。そんなのそんなの嫌です。僕は生まれた時から女の子だったのに。そんなのひどいです。
I'm wondering why she's having such strong feelings about this. If considering born as a girl, always been a girl in this world line, and therefore shouldn't have had these
Problems.
yeah.
Let's just call them that.
Yeah.
Identity problems.
So I don't exactly see why such a strong reaction is happening here. Unless deep down they knew something was wrong.
しかもそれをよりによってどうして岡部さんから伝えられなきゃいけないんですか？
What?
What do you think? What to?
The fact that she's saying, why do I have to hear from you?
Oh, you of
Of
all
all
people,
people.
because she likes him.
I guess.
恥じるこ
So
と
it
などあ
hurts
る
even
ものか。
more.
むしろ俺にとってはお前が女である方が違和感がある。
That is not the right thing to say, Okabe. God fucking damn it. That ain't helping. Try so hard right
Anyways, we're done with this game. Fucking hell.
now. God damn it, Okabe.
I thought you said we would be done with this.
This here serves a purpose.
Yeah, but also earlier when he went to the shrine to check on the IBN 5100, being like, but it's a guy. No, wait, it's a girl, kind of thing, all that stuff.
Yeah, but it's not in your face like it was to begin with.
No, it's still there.
Yeah, but it's not something you have to pay attention to.
It's kind of like what people do with the Bible, where they're taking out the parts that they like and the parts that they don't like. They're like, don't believe that stuff. It's kind of the same thing.
I don't agree with that.
No, but that's what it feels like to me.
The entire point of Lukaku's arc here with Okabe is that Okabe has to realize that it doesn't fucking matter what gender Lukaku has. Lukaku is Lukaku. It's the entire point.
I would say that the only thing that matters is what Lukako wants.
The problem is just somebody's life is on the line.
I understand.
Because normally it is. That's why he has such a hard time with this.
I understand. The important thing here is to, even after reversing the D-mill, to help and support Lukako in the way they want to be. Instead of the whole whatever was in the beginning. When we first met Lukako.
I do also think that is something this game is gearing towards in the end with Lukaku's arc.
You think?
As I said, it's been a while.
It's been a while, yeah.
It's at least what I remember. Because it's never really seen as a problem in Steins Gate Zero, for example.
What?
It's never really like the whole gender thing is. The only time it's ever really mentioned is in a time of war, sometime in the future in that game. But other than that, and that's more to do with Lukaku's personality, honestly, than gender at that point. Someone as frail as Lukako shouldn't have to live in a world that is violent.
It sounds like it could easily be the case that they just kind of ignores it.
No, I don't think so.
You sure?
Yeah. Like, sure, the game doesn't mention it, but it shouldn't be important in the context of what's happening in the game, is what I'm saying.
No.
So the fact that they're not mentioning it is probably for the better.
I don't know. I don't know what's better. I wish I didn't have to deal with this. It's quite hard for me to deal with this. Pearls. Pearls. Hey. Ow. Okay, I did it wrong, I suppose.
Mm.
Ow.
なんて言った？
岡部さんは僕のことをそんな風に思ってたんですね。
Then Lukako shakes off my hands and runs away.
ルカ子、待て！
A fair response. No.
I can definitely see how this isn't gonna be as straightforward as with some of the other ones.
Oh yeah, no, it's not. It's also a way more delicate situation than any of the other ones.
She doesn't stop even when I call her. She disappears into the shrine office. I don't know what you said. Just doesn't sit right with me. The whole how. The point is that for what matters for Okabe, like that it doesn't matter whether Lukako is a guy or a girl for Okabe.
I mean, that's the thing he has to realize. That it shouldn't matter what gender Lukako is. Lukako is still Lukako regardless of what gender they're born as.
It just, I don't know. It makes it sound like what's important is how Okabe feels, not Lukako. They were kind of pushing Lukako's feelings aside.
I mean,
that's how it sounds.
Yeah, I know that's how it sounds, but it's because I'm putting it into perspective of how Okabe is treating this entire situation, because that's usually what makes you not feel great. It's not like they're pushing Lukaku's feelings aside, it's more a necessity to save their friend's life that they have to give up on this dream of Lukako. In the end.
Yeah.
It's not that they push Lukaku's feelings about this aside, as you can clearly see. Lukaku runs away crying because, you know, to Lukaku, you're a girl. And in the end, he has to talk Lukako into giving that phone number, so they kind of have to address it at some point. Lukako has to agree to it, otherwise it's not happening.
I know. Has to happen because the story says so.
Yeah. It's whatever how it's executed that's different. Regardless, though, the reason why I focused on Okabe was because when you paused the game, it's because of something Okabe said. That's all.
Hmm.
Feathers
everywhere.
Oh, I can feel it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Careful.
I think that was me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You can see why I'm trying to help her.
So many things happening.
Hmm.
feathers have a lot of pink feathers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Poor burp. I do also think after this scene we should probably end anyways.
Yeah, probably. We need to come up with a plan.
Well, that was easy.
Do you want to stop here?
If you want to. It might also be that you want to take Kurisu's scene as well before going back.
When I get back to the lab, I take Kurisu outside. Then I proceed to tell her what just happened.
And she proceeds to call you an idiot.
フラグが立ったな。
Yeah.
お前は何を言っているんだ？
わかんないの？どう見てもフラグ立ったでしょ？いや、すでに立ってた。
Yeah. You tripped over one that was already raised, you absolute buffoon. Lukako clearly likes you, so not being seen as a girl is just the Japanese mindset, but a really real one when they are romantically interested in Okabe.
Hmm.
死んでどうすんの？恋愛フラグよ。
Yeah, Okabe has never really considered the fact. Because, you know... yeah. Never considered it.
I wonder if it's the same case with both Lukakos.
I would argue so, yes. There's no inclination that the other Worldline Lukakos do not have the same feelings. Okabe.
They don't have?
That they do not have. So that they do have.
That
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Because I think their aberration / crush started when they met each other. And that is the same in both Worldlines. Same conditions, same thing that happened.
Could there be made the argument that these feelings for Okabe could have triggered Lukako to wanting to become a girl?
Perhaps. It's probably not the only thing, but it could definitely be a big reason, yes.
Romance flag?
漆原さんはあんたに気がある。
Obviously.
大好きな法王院京馬からお前は男だったと言われて彼女の純真な乙女心はズタズタ。
Yes.
率直に真実を話すって作戦は結果的に
Well, I especially understand it when he said that he sees her as a guy anyways.
Yeah. And the way he said it, like in Japanese, is that he's always been kind of awkward in this world line because Lukako is now a girl. He doesn't know how to deal with that. He doesn't know how to interact with Lukako now that the gender is different. And obviously that shouldn't matter, and that's the point. But he hasn't reached that point yet.
Yeah.
Not quite.
Yeah. That I can understand.
Mm. But they still met under the same circumstances that formed this friendship that they have at the very least.
Hey, stop.
Are you breathing? You look at me like, yeah, of course she's breathing.
What the fuck?
You know, that's not what I
about?
meant. I meant the. It's just sometimes. Because I couldn't hear it sound, so.
Yeah. I don't know if she's always done that, but at least like at some point after
She was squeaky.
we had the issues to begin with that she was pulling her feathers, I started noticing that she would make that noise before she would
Yeah, because it's before
Actually
it
scream
hurts
out.
so much that she screams it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it still hurts.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's something she's developed or if it's something she's always done.
Probably something she's always done.
I would have to assume so.
Yeah. It seems like it's just a reaction to ow. Ow.
Can you get down because of your tail? She was having a bit of a hard time.
Yeah, getting down because your tail's so long. Yeah, you can't even turn around. Oh no!
There you go.
She got angry at you. I saw that.
Yeah.
She went, ah! Oh yeah, itchy.
Oh, those damn pin feathers.
Yeah. Stupid pin feathers. You done being down now?
Yeah.
Wow, Pearls. Wow. She wants something. You can't quite decide though.
Hey, don't bite my new armrest.
Oh.
They clearly don't want to replace it when my pets have destroyed them. You know.
Yeah. Because then it's not their fault, it's your fault.
It is not a fault of the product.
No. Oh well.
She sure is calm when it's my neck on the line.
恋愛となると厄介よ。あれには方程式が存在しない。人の感情は計算できない。あまりに未知数だわ。
There's a certain Kama who doesn't agree with you.
Kama's proved us wrong time and time again. He plays so many fucking
dating
dating sims that he just knows how to raise flags for all the girls.
I can see the ending.
Yeah.
So, he is the perfect womanizer because he knows how to do
He's a
dating
fucking
games.
nerd.
Yeah.
But I mean, he does also have the looks as well as the charisma already to begin with, so he's just kind of lucky in that regard.
Yeah. The only difference was that he did nothing to try.
Yeah, before he got to.
Yeah. And be appealing to anyone else, because all he did before that was just, sit in class and everywhere else and just
playing his fucking minions.
Yeah.
Time and time again. But then Shinigami comes and say, you have to do this or else people die. I can't remember.
Or else we die.
Yeah.
They have they both get like a choker on that will take off their head if they don't do it.
Unless you capture the hearts of many, many girls.
Yeah. Well, not so much capture their hearts, but
No.
fill the void in their heart to push out
the darkness!
evil spirits?
Probably.
I think something like that. I forget exactly what it is.
Pearls, that was the failure you were going at before too. Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Yeah.
Up. She pulls it out.
I think someone has to go to bed now. You have to go to bed now?
Has this girl never been in love?
No, it doesn't seem like it. I'm just gonna go put her to bed.
She's too busy.
She went no for me.
Yeah. Clearly, Kurisu is too busy with her studies and whatnot.
She doesn't care about love.
No.
She does have to talk about the science, but I don't know.
Yeah. Mistake!
今度は別の解放を考えるべきよ。彼女のお母さんに直接話を聞きに行くとか。彼女を泣かせた男としてあんたはすでに漆原家に認識されているはずだから、家族のガードも固くなってるかもしれないけど。
We can just time leap again
True.
to undo what he has done.
Mm.
You know,
The
but
question is if we can find a better way to talk to Luca about this.
I don't know.
Because he feels like he has to tell Lukako the truth.
I'm
Otherwise, it's not right.
no. I was just wondering if, like, you know, completely forgo Lukako and just talk to her parents instead to get the patron number.
I mean, we've never seen the mom. I don't even know if she's in the picture.
No, I don't know. But maybe the dad knows.
Maybe.
As I said,
I mean,
talk to the parents.
Yeah, I mean, we know the mom's in the picture. I don't know why I said that.
Okay.
Lukako literally asked your mom for the patron number.
Yeah.
But we just never see her.
Lukako likes me.
Yeah, that's kind of obvious if you ask me.
I don't want to believe it.
Here we go again. Are you ready?
ちなみにルカ子はいつから恋愛フラグビンビンだったと思う？
知らんがな。
だってよく考えてみろ。あいつは1週間ほど前まで男だったんだぞ。
Yeah, not in this reality, you absolute
好きだ
buffoon.
ったのだとしたら。
それは岡部の主観でのロジックでしょ。
Yes.
漆原さんなり私なりの主観からすれば、彼女は最初から女の子だった。だから別に違和感なんてこれっぽっちもない。今いるこの世界線を基準に考えなさい。
Right. It makes perfect sense.
It makes perfect
それ
sense.
より私が不安なのは、漆原さんの性別を男に戻すことで、本当に IBN5100 は戻ってくるのかっていうこと。
Well, it did disappear right after,
Yeah.
according to what we saw. So.
And Lukako knows something about the IBN 5100,
Yeah.
so Lukako possibly has done something, so it is now no longer where it's supposed to be. Which and then is then like I don't know why changing Lukako into a girl would affect that, but
It's not necessarily a logical conclusion.
no.
It's the world trying to take the IBN 5100 away from us.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's not necessarily a direct correlation.
No, I'm just wondering what made Lukako give it away, I assume.
Either that or get rid of it for some reason.
Or get rid of it, I don't know. Why Lukako would...
Lukaku's dad did say that they were cleaning in that area a lot, so something might have happened. They were cleaning.
For the last years. Lukako clearly knows something about it and feels shame about it. It seems.
ルカ子の父親の話では IBN5100 は少なくとも以前は柳林神社に存在していたということだ。鈴葉がフェイリスの父親に託し、彼の死後にフェイリスが柳林神社に奉納した。その流れは俺が IBN5100 を手に入れた世界線と同じなのだ。
段階的に元の世界線に近づいてきてるっていうことか。思ったんだけど、世界線ってそう簡単に変化するものじゃない気がする。
It's a bit too late for that, isn't it?
Yeah.
なぜそう思う？
だって世界には60億以上の人間がいるのよ。
Yes. Well, yes, in 2010. Today it's more like 14.
Don't worry about it. It's been over a decade.
It's only been a decade.
It's been 1.5 decades.
That doesn't matter. The fact is that the world population is racing or is increasing worryingly fast still.
It is, yes.
Mostly because of all of these places that, well, where they used to kind of have to get a lot of children because, most of them would die. They suddenly don't need to do that anymore, but they keep getting all these children still because, society hasn't changed.
Yeah. That's just how the world works at the moment.
Yeah. They haven't gotten to the point where they're like, wait, we should try and not have this many children. We should use protection, all that kind of stuff. I understand that there are quite a few charities, I suppose?
Yes.
Would be the word. That are trying to help said countries to understand that prevention is a thing and they should try to use it. Not only to prevent pregnancies, but also to prevent sexual STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. So
the problem is just a lot of the countries, they don't have access to it on an individual level.
Nope. But that's why such charities also, bring in condoms, for example, to give them these condoms to these people for free, so they don't have to worry about it. Because they still don't have the kind of wealth that we have.
We don't have there may be prevention out there, but on an individual level, when you compare it to Denmark, under half of citizens in those kinds of countries actually have access to it for one reason or another. Whereas people in Denmark, it's 90% who has access to it.
Yeah.
Whether you use it or not is a completely different matter, but the accessibility is the important part.
There are multiple things that needs to be done in such factors, or in such cases, where it's you need to make them understand that as a society that, it's important to not try to overpopulate the world, but also that sexually transmitted diseases are a thing, and it's important to have them understand different things about this whole sex part, and have them get to a point where they are closer to what we are mentally. Not America. America basically
America's going backwards right now, honestly, in my opinion.
When it comes to the sexual structure of the society in America, they are essentially a third world country. But yeah, help them understand all these different things, but also give them the resources so they can, actually protect themselves. Because it doesn't help to say protect yourself, and they're like, how? And you're like, well, use condoms, and they're like, how?
There are none out here.
What's a condom? And you're like, oh, well, shit.
Exactly.
鈴葉が言っていたが、タイムリープによって本来と異なる行動を取った場合、ダイバージェンスは変わるとしても 0.00001% だと言っていた。フェイリスの D メールを否定
Just like the fucking girl from Gears.
0.05% の変動があった。
Her name was also a dumb word. A lot of times he just said day. That's why he named her Ray.
0.05% でも十分大きい。あまねさんはこのことについてなんて？
I don't know.
2010年は アトラクタフィールドが大きく分岐する年であり、その鍵は俺と IBN5100 が握っていると。
IBN5100 と岡部の距離がダイバージェンスの数値を決定するのかな。
I mean, there's
In
correlation
what
there.
sense do you mean exactly? Because saying that the divergence meter measures Okabe's distance to the IBN 5100 would make you think that, well, it has to get to 0 for him to get it. That's not how it works. It has to get towards 1 to get it.
Okay.
But
つま
whatever.
りあんたを含めた全ての人間の D メールがバタフライエフェクトによって IBN5100 のありかに影響を与えた。
It's definitely what it seems like.
俺のリーディングシュタイナーが発動しないものもあった。
逆に言えばリーディングシュタイナーが発動した D メールだけを取り消していけば IBN5100 はあんたの手元に戻ってくるのかも。
Yes. The remaining D-mails were sent by Lukako and
Moika.
Moika. Kiryu.
Chun. Sorry, I had to.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
Kiryu-chan.
I don't want to see that woman again, if I can help it.
Let's hope you don't need to.
In any case, I should focus on Lukako
で、
Right now.
right now.
ルカ子の件はどうすればいい？
付き合っちゃえば？
マジで？
好きな人いないんなら別にためらう必要ないでしょ？
That's
That's
a
a
very
big-
Japanese sentiment there. Don't worry about that.
That's a big issue with that. If you don't have feelings for her, there's no reason to go out with her. Because you're just gonna end up hurting her in the end.
Yeah, the problem is that what she's saying is a very Japanese thing where people go out before they necessarily both have feelings for each other.
Yeah.
Because they don't go out dating before they're going out officially. So it's just a very Japanese thing.
It's like...
But yeah, you're not wrong, but what other choice do we have?
Not going out with her? Why? I'm not 100% understanding why we need to go out with her, but here we
そ
are.
うやって彼女の心を解きほぐしてあげればいい。そしたら心よく教えてくれるんじゃない？
To get close, you don't have to go out with her, but okay.
No, but it's also because it's technically something Lukako would want. And we also only have so many days.
I know. I know.
マユリが死ぬのは2日後だ。のんびり解きほぐしている暇はない。
これは最後の選択肢として考えておいてほしいんだけど、やろうと思えば漆原さんの人格を否定して脅してでも番号を聞き出すこともできる。どうせ世界線改変後はそのことを彼女も忘れてるはず。そう考えれば最後の手段として検証する余地ありだと思う。マユリが死ぬことに比べたらまだマシってレベルだけどね。私今すごく最低なこと言ってるな。
いや、あらゆる手段を講じるのは必要なことだ。 だがそれはできればやりたくない。
I'm not saying this for myself. From my perspective, I have the higher ground. When the world line changes, everything until that point becomes undone. But what about Lukako's perspective? What if even after I leave it behind, this world line continues? Yeah, you technically don't know anything about that.
No,
so
you don't know anything about it.
the
No one
Lukako
does.
of this world line will have to live with what I did to her. Besides, I have the time leap machine. In any case, the first thing I should do is have an honest talk with the girl in question. Question. Oh,
There we go.
I'll do the first one.
Yeah. The other ones are only for the endings.
Data lock? Locked. Unlocked.
I assume that you can't just override it.
Oh, okay.
So you can't accidentally override it.
But
Yeah, I know, but sometimes people just...
this comes up, then you have to press again,
Mm.
and then you have to press again.
It's a Japanese game, don't worry about it.
I'm actually surprised that it goes to that it doesn't just go to cancel by default.
Yeah.
You have to pay if you want it to go to cancel by default. You have to press B after this menu comes up, which is surprising, considering.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You gotta talk to Lukako again. And figure out what to do from there.
Yep. So there should be. I don't know how much is left of this.
Well, if you don't want to risk a long stream, probably 2 more streams.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah. Because I think this chapter has also been cut down because of the anime.
Yeah.
Because in the original game, you had to go on 3 dates with Lukako. Not all of them being shown in the full length. But in the anime, it's only 1. So. What?
Month.
Oh, there's a moth. I was
Above your
like,
head.
why are you staring at my hair? What's happening?
No, there's a moth flying over your head.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe it's telling you to take a bath.
Yeah, I know, I want to. It's just, yeah, it wasn't a possibility yesterday.
No! That's okay. That's how it is.
I want to take a shower, I know I stink. Anyways.
I don't smell anything.
No, but I do. That's when it's bad.
I know how it feels.
Hmm.
Sadly for me, it doesn't take a lot for me to start stinking. Because for some reason, I don't know, my armpits just start smelling very fast. From just a tiny bit of sweating. I even, like, sure, antiperspirants, that's what it's called, right?
Yeah, antiperspirant, yes.
Like roll-on deodorant helps a bit, but only a bit. The best thing is to daily apply it, or apply it daily. To try and stop it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would assume 1 stream until we send the email, and then 1 stream for Lukaku's ending.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
That's what I'm thinking, because as I read, it's cut down. Now that I think it's only cut like half an hour off of the game off, so it's not like it's a lot.
No.
But it's also not necessary to get the point across that they have to go on to 3 dates. So it's not really necessary at all.
Not unless something important happens on those dates.
No, it's more during the course of the dates you go through, Okabe realizes something very important. He can realize that in one date, honestly.
Sure.
So
Yeah, I can see that.
it didn't seem weird when I watched the anime at the very least.
Okay.
So,
Well. Oh, I hate this. I do not like this part of the game.
no, I know. I know. We can't really say anything about any of this before we're actually done with Lukako's chapter. About how it ends.
Oh.
Because some of these uncomfortable things, at least for you, are kind of necessary for what they're trying to tell.
I don't know.
But sometimes it's also over the top. But that's just Okabe's character.
I would just like to play a game where it's like... I don't know. I'm not sure.
But we are also nearing the end of the game. Soon.
I didn't want to have to experience this kind of stuff.
No.
I guess I could put the blame on you. You're the one who wanted me to play it.
I mean, I can't know how it's going to affect you either.
No. Should I blame the game then?
I mean, some of the things can probably be blamed on the game. But again, as I said, some of it is also necessary for what they're trying to tell. And I don't necessarily think what they're trying to tell is a bad thing. To want to tell. But I do also acknowledge that it can be quite a sensitive topic for someone who can relate to Lukako a lot on many parts.
Yeah.
But I'm really bad at gauging those kinds of things, like trigger warnings and stuff, because I don't really have a lot comparatively.
No, you still have some.
Yeah. Like, I don't like looking at spiders. Because I have a phobia of spiders, so that's a trigger looking at it.
Well, I was thinking more topics.
Oh, yeah.
Because of your PTSD.
Yes. But it's still, like... Even then... Like, people dying in stories doesn't necessarily have the same effect on me. So even then, it doesn't really trigger much.
Nope.
Like, again, I'm watching someone play through Higurashi right now. People die all the time in that one. It's kind of the point. But it just doesn't trigger.
No, because it isn't personal.
No. Even though, the stories are very personal. But they're not family, that's the problem. They're not my family.
Exactly. It's not personal to you.
No. And for that reason, a lot of trigger warnings for me in stories don't trigger me.
Nope.
I keep hearing, about people who, trigger warnings for abuse of all kinds and blah blah blah. I'm just like, it doesn't affect me at all. I know that it's a bad thing, and no one should go through it. But it doesn't affect me at all.
Abuse is mostly only really a trigger for me if it's against animals.
Yes, I know that. But even
like
then,
sure, like
I don't get affected of it at all.
Like in Higurashi, with the small girl and her uncle.
Yeah, Satoko.
Yeah, like that can make me angry.
Oh, yeah.
But that's more of a like.
But there are some people. For
I'm
some
like-
people, it's a trigger because they have, have trauma from it.
Experience something
Yeah.
similar, which makes sense.
Mm.
Like for me, it's like I can't stand reading about or seeing animals being hurt physically.
No, I know that.
Humans? Who fucking cares?
But again, you can't stand that. I understand why you can't stand that. I can empathize with it, but I can't sympathize with it. I don't get affected by it, and it's probably because my emotions just aren't as, I don't know what to call it, prevalent. I don't know what to call it.
Well, not necessarily that. I definitely also think that there is the whole thing of, you don't have the same issues that I have.
No, but still.
Mm.
Like, I can watch anything, almost, and it wouldn't really affect me. It's the same thing I've only been, like, maybe 2 stories I've read where I've cried at some point. That's it.
Mm.
I don't get affected in the same way. I know people who don't have like many issues or grew up completely normal, have like feel uncomfortable about more things than I do.
Mm.
That's my thing. It's not only just a complete shutdown trigger, it's also some people just feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Reading about something or seeing something, and I'm just like, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is
There
comes to the
is
surface for me.
there is a disconnect, sort of. I don't know if that's the right word to use. Where something that most people would agree would be uncomfortable and how things affect them emotionally. I'm pretty sure something in you chemically that sort of thing doesn't happen for you.
No, I don't know. It's again,
Your brain doesn't send the same signals.
No, again, like I've been told when I had family therapy like 10 years ago, that at least the nurse told me that I have a hard time expressing and understanding what I'm feeling.
Yes.
Like, it's something I've never been taught.
No.
It is usually something you learn in your kindergarten age. To express what you feel
I was
directly.
also never taught that. It was something I had to teach myself.
Yeah.
I've
just never been taught that, and it probably doesn't help that my mom is the kind of person who's similarly like, you can do it on your own kind of type, so you don't really tend to talk about how you're doing.
It's only really become a thing for me after we moved here to Windsor. That's when I started to, look inwards and be like, wait, how am I actually feeling? How do I express these things?
I still don't know how to do that.
Where I'm at
try.
Where I'm at a point now where the nurse I talked to at the therapy center tells me that I'm very good at expressing my feelings and such, and expressing myself. So.
Yeah, I'm good at expressing how my body physically reacts to things. Like, if I do too much work in one day, I can feel that when enough is enough, I can't study anymore or stuff like that.
You understand your body quite well.
Yes, but not my emotions.
Physically.
Yes, just not my emotions.
No.
I never have.
No.
So that can also be a wrong reason. It's not that I don't have them. I do. But I don't know.
Yeah. When I first started out with therapy and such, I definitely didn't know how to do it.
Nobody
I was
does.
like,
Which is why therapy is good for you, for
Yeah.
anyone.
so. Because, like, sure, it's not like I wasn't taught something like that when I was younger. I don't know. I don't remember.
Most people learn it in kindergarten age
Yeah.
because, you know, the pedagogues and caretakers make sure that you socialize with other kids, and that's how you figure it out.
Yeah.
Talk to the adults when something happens, and then that's when you work things out. That's how you get it taught. But I don't know if it's because I changed kindergarten 3 times during my kindergarten years, but it's never reached that point for me.
Nope. I definitely, like, because of the way I grew up with being bullied all the time.
Yes.
In the beginning, I would always tell my parents whenever I was being bullied.
Hmm.
You know, because what should you do when you get bullied? You're taught that you are supposed to talk to an adult about it. So that's what I did.
Hmm.
But I fairly quickly learned that, well, talking to adults isn't doing anything.
Hmm.
That's not making it change. It's not making it better.
No.
So why should I talk to people about how I'm doing and what I'm feeling?
Yeah.
It doesn't help anything. So I had to internalize that, well, talking about my feelings is a bad thing.
Hmm.
I was lucky that I guess fairly easily was able to overcome that.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I had never had that mindset of talking to adults first. There's still like one particular scene in my childhood when I was probably around 10, I think. Somewhere between 8 to 10 years old. Where I was so sad or upset about things. I don't fucking know that I was crying, right? And immediately, a pedagogue or a caretaker came over to me and told me to stop crying. No, let's talk about why you're crying. No, just stop.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be crying. That is the kind of like... That's what has been hammered into my head for years when I was a child. And it is probably one of the reasons why I still don't understand my feelings. Because I was never allowed to talk and understand my own feelings when I was a child.
I'm always here to try and help if you need.
Yeah, I know.
But if you don't feel like you can do it, then you don't have to.
It's probably also one of the reasons why I have the pseudo PTSD that I have, which makes it harder to work with.
Yeah. Yes. What was the thing? Right. Yes. I recently read about someone on Blue Sky, where their child was being upset and upset at the person who is their mother, and the mother, instead of doing what most adults would do, be like take authority and say, you shouldn't treat me like this, kind of thing. You shouldn't be behaving like this towards your mother, or something like that. Instead, she decided to, ask her, why is she feeling like this? What's happening?
What led you to this?
Why?
Because there's always a reason.
Like, what is the reason that you're crying? Why are you taking this out on me? Why are you upset? And helping the child, try to figure out, what are my emotions, like what's happening with my emotions, and also
how do you react when you get said emotion?
Yeah,
that's very important to reflect on.
And also telling them that, sometimes you just have emotions that makes you upset, and often that can also translate to taking it out on others.
It's a way to cope.
It's a way to cope. Yes. I am certainly not perfect on that front.
Oh no, not at all. I can surely attest to that.
I have learned a lot. I've come far, but I am far from
You
perfect.
have, but you still have your moments.
Yep.
But they are far and few between compared to before, yes. And I'm normally on the opposite end. I don't really take it out on anyone unless I really reach the peak point. But that's also because usually people probe a little bit too much to my liking.
Ow.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Anyway, just probably end the stream here instead of keep talking about psychology.
Hey.
None of us are psychology experts, so...
No, but it's still important to talk about. It's important for people to understand that they're not alone in this.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone has issues.
The main point of this discussion, go see a therapist. Even if you don't have any immediate problems.
Don't be ashamed.
No.
About having issues. Seek help.
And if you feel ashamed, it's very, very important to reflect on how you react, because some of it can be quite destructive.
Yes. Both to yourself, but also the people around you.
Yes. It's compared to how you react to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's a shame. That I actually do know something about, because that's curriculum in my study. Shame in particular.
Yeah.
How's the communication?
Oh well. We've come to the end of the stream.
Yeah.
Once again.
At an appropriate time!
Yeah.
For one.
If you are watching this over on YouTube and you enjoyed it, I'm having a hard time seeing why people would enjoy this one in particular because of the subject matter, but hey, that's just me.
I mean, that's how it
not
is
that the
sometimes,
subject matter has to be fun for you to enjoy it.
No.
Per se. So, if you for some reason feel like, leaving a like on the video, then leave a like. It helps us. And if you aren't subscribed yet, please subscribe.
Yeah.
Ring the bell.
Yeah.
And then the drop down menu, select all. So you will be able to see our videos in your feed.
Yeah.
It's the only way we can really make sure that you're seeing it.
Yep.
Otherwise, we can't guarantee anything.
Nope. And that would suck.
Yeah. And if you ever want to catch us live during these streams,
just like Val does.
Yeah. Then, well, these streams are scheduled every Wednesday and Saturday at 8 p.m. Central European Summertime.
Yeah.
If trying to, keep up with such schedule on a different time zone than yours is too much to be asked. Well,
it is for some people, Yeah.
It can be a hassle. A big hassle. I understand that perfectly well.
Especially if you have daily responsibilities to do.
Yeah. In the video description, you will find a link to our Twitch channel. Click on that link and then follow our channel on Twitch. Because then you will be notified when we go live, so you don't have to worry about,
Wait, what time was it again?
When was it again? Kind of thing. And also, if you want another way to be notified about it, you can follow Personal A-Space on Blue Sky and Mastodon.
Yeah.
Because we post there when we go live.
Yeah. As well as on my Twitter.
We don't talk about Twitter.
Okay. I just needed to, tell them.
I know. Also, I'm just joking.
I know.
I don't know.
I don't want to necessarily talk about Twitter, but we do post it there. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah. You posted there through your Twitter because I have decided that Personal A-Space is not going to have an account on Twitter.
No.
Because Twitter is a hellscape. Don't be there. Use Blue Sky or Mastodon or any other that you feel is necessary. But those two are the ones that we personally use. And there are also links to our personal socials on there.
Yeah.
So if you want to, see a lot of political news, especially about the US,
then Ramona is your gal.
Yeah. I tend to share a lot of politically charged posts and such on Blue Sky when I go on there. There's been a bit of a downturn lately with how much I go on there. Because, oh boy, America's a hellscape. And it makes me sad to read about it. Which trying to figure out like exactly what I want out of social media.
Yeah.
At the moment. But yes. Mastodon I generally don't really go on to. Other than check notifications. So, yeah. And that's because, well, everyone I follow, the people I want to follow, are on Blue Sky. Rather than Mastodon, generally. Because Mastodon is a little bit more complicated.
Yeah.
Because it is not centralized, it's decentralized, and everyone more or less has their own servers and such. So I understand why people are less inclined to use it. But the good thing is that it's not owned by anyone. But nothing happens on there, really.
A little bit from time to time.
Yeah. Most of the stuff I see in Mastodon is, well, the accounts that I have followed that do, like, what we call bot posting. Posting automatically. Yeah. About certain subjects, like, what are they called?
Not like it matters.
Possums.
Yeah.
Cats. Red pandas. All that kind of stuff.
Not like it matters right now.
No.
Just need to end this stream.
Is there anything else I am missing?
No, we do on schedule streams.
Right. Chiyoko.
Oh, also my socials, yes. There's also that.
If you want to look at great art, follow this person.
You're very close.
She does great art.
I do art on my socials.
Great art.
Fairly often.
Yeah.
Considering the amount of work I put into it.
Yeah. Follow her. Great art. Best art.
Sure.
Chiyoko art, best art.
Okay. Well, I can't really say that for myself, so I'm gonna have to trust you on that.
No, but that's how all creators feel.
I know. I can't really value my own work necessarily, because value in artwork is usually based on consumers rather than the creator.
I mean, I also
in the world we live in today.
Yes, I also don't think that the content the what I contribute to our content, our shared content, is good. So that's just how it is to be a creator.
Hmm.
We generally don't think that the stuff we do is good.
No, that's just creators for you.
Yeah.
I know.
That's why I'm here to tell them that they have to follow you, because
Okay.
otherwise I will get them.
Don't threaten people. You could get sued.
Okay.
Please. We do not condone violence. Jesus Christ.
Follow her, or I'll be sad.
Okay. Sure.
But yes, as you also mentioned, unscheduled streams.
Yes, we do have unscheduled streams.
Outside of the times that we usually do.
Whenever we feel like sleeping.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
We do some random stuff here and there. And that's why, again, following on a Twitch channel or following us on social media is a good idea, because we post on there when we go live. And for unscheduled streams on socials, we post before we go live too. A bit before, usually hour-ish before. So you will have time to see it and know that it's happening.
Yeah.
Instead of it just suddenly,
we're live now. You're like, what? Shit.
Yeah. But that's everything.
Yep. That's everything for this time.
So we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
I thought you forgot about that.
No, I'll never forget about that.
I don't think you said it last stream or the stream before. I may just be
I'm a bit
misremembering.
inconsistent, yes.
Oh, okay. You should be consistent.
Do you want me to continue saying it?
You have to pick either one of them at the very least. Either you say it or you don't.
I say it when I remember it.
Then you don't remember it!
Bye!
Bye.